The pyramids of Egypt were not constructed solely to house the mummies of kings. There was another purpose behind their construction, a true mystery that remained hidden from us for 4,500 years. This mystery began to unravel when engineer Cadman built a large-scale model demonstrating that the pyramids of Giza were capable of generating electromagnetic energy. This function was remarkably similar to that of the famous scientist Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower, through which he sought to generate and transmit wireless electricity across the entire globe. Following the publication of Christopher Dunn's book, The Giza Power Plant, Technologies of Ancient Egypt, researchers worldwide began to show a keen interest in studying the pyramids in greater detail. Consequently, some scientists began to believe that these pyramids were not, in fact, built to serve as tombs for kings. Prior to this, researchers had generally believed that the Egyptian pyramids were monumental burial structures for royalty. However, you might be surprised to learn that not a single mummy has ever been discovered within these pyramids. To this day, every mummy recovered in Egypt has originated from the Valley of the Kings. Furthermore, no wall paintings or hieroglyphs of any kind have ever been found inside these pyramids. Not only that, but typically, whenever a king's mummy is discovered in Egypt, numerous artifacts are also recovered from the burial chamber, such as golden coffins, golden animal figurines, royal jewelry, and gold furnishings. The ancient Egyptians of that era believed that these items would assist their kings in communicating with their beloved deities in the afterlife. Yet, to date, no such objects have been discovered within the pyramids of Giza. According to researchers, the construction of these colossal pyramids required the labor of approximately 100,000 workers toiling for 20 years before the structures could be completed. However, scientists still do not know precisely how they were constructed. Some of the stones used in their construction weighed nearly 5 tons, equivalent to the weight of a school bus. And these massive stones were transported from the city of Tura, located 150 kilometers away from Giza. It was not merely a handful of stones. Rather, some 2.3 million such stones were transported from the city of Tura to the construction site. Moreover, in that era, there were no trucks available to transport such massive loads. In fact, even if this task were to be undertaken today, modern transport companies would face an incredibly arduous challenge. Yet, they succeeded in accomplishing this seemingly impossible feat. By capitalizing on the river flowing between Tura and Giza, they were able to transport the stones to the construction site with the aid of boats. According to experts, this was by no means an ordinary undertaking for them. Loading and unloading these massive blocks onto large boats required the labor of approximately 500 workers for each individual block. The question now arises, why would the most technologically advanced civilization of that era expend such immense effort, without any apparent practical objective, to construct these colossal pyramids? After all, this triangular structure served neither as a royal palace nor as a burial tomb for any monarch. Consequently, some scientists began to propose alternative theories regarding the pyramids. Prominent among them was Nikola Tesla, a brilliant scientist. In fact, approximately 80% of the technologies we utilize today, such as smartphones, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and electrical power supply, owe their existence to Tesla's contributions. The conceptual blueprints for all these inventions originated in the mind of Nikola Tesla. Tesla also delved into numerous books concerning the pyramids. Through his research, he discovered that the pyramids actually harbor an astonishing amount of energy. Given that people of that era possessed very limited knowledge regarding electricity, Tesla began to hypothesize that advanced technology might be concealed within the pyramids. He came to believe that the pyramids generated power through the principles of electromagnetism. According to his theory, the pyramids generated energy by harnessing the Earth's magnetic field. The ancient Egyptians, he posited, utilized electromagnetic energy by manipulating and leveraging the intricate network of chambers constructed within the pyramids. During the construction of the pyramids, the Egyptians utilized specific materials capable of storing energy derived from the sun or the moon. They subsequently distributed this energy throughout the entirety of Egypt. According to Tesla, planet Earth functions as a colossal electrical generator, within which an unlimited supply of energy is distributed between the planet's two magnetic poles. The very materials employed during the construction of the pyramids are, in fact, utilized today for the generation of electricity. For instance, the pyramid's subterranean chamber acts as a resonant cavity capable of generating shock waves. The king's and queen's chambers are constructed from piezoelectric crystals, which possess the ability to generate electrical charges. The queen's chamber is capable of producing hydrogen gas, which acts as an electrical conductor under high pressure. Furthermore, the exterior of the pyramid was originally sheathed in a specialized material that functions as an electrical insulator. Now let us examine these materials in greater detail. The first of these materials is quartz, which operates as a piezoelectric system. Certain crystals found on Earth possess the property that, when subjected to mechanical pressure, one side of the crystal becomes positively charged while the opposing side acquires a negative charge. This implies that they can be utilized as batteries to generate light. Quartz crystals serve as a prime example of this phenomenon. The construction of the chambers located within the interior of the pyramids required an immense amount of arduous labor and effort. These stones were transported from a distance of 150 miles. Moreover, they are composed of rose granite, which contains a high concentration of silicon dioxide, essentially quartz. Additionally, the entire pyramid was sheathed in a special material that functions as an insulator, preventing the electricity generated within the pyramid from leaking outward. The pyramids visible to us today appear reddish-brown in color. These are composed of nummulital limestone, a material found in abundance in the vicinity of the pyramids. However, the stones of the pyramids were originally coated with a different material, white limestone. For this reason, when viewed from a distance, the pyramids would appear to shimmer like stars. A key characteristic of this limestone is its ability to act as a perfect insulator. Yet another intriguing discovery was made within the structure. In 1993, researchers identified a small opening inside the pyramid, which led to the discovery of a small chamber. This newly found chamber was subsequently explored in 2011 using a robotic camera. Researchers named this space the Queen's Chamber. Inside, they detected traces of hydrogen gas. The Queen's Chamber features two shafts. The northern shaft yielded traces of hydrochloric acid, while the southern shaft revealed the presence of zinc chloride. If these two substances were to be combined, they would generate hydrogen gas, a substance that, under high pressure, acts as an electrical conductor. Furthermore, located 330 feet beneath the main pyramid, an underground chamber was discovered that functions much like a vault. However, the pyramid currently remains incomplete, missing a crucial component, a conductive material at its very apex. According to conventional wisdom, the capstone of the Egyptian pyramids was considered their most valuable element. However, no one knows what became of this capstone. According to many, it collapsed due to a storm or an earthquake. Others claim that its capstone was, in fact, made of gold. And if this were true, then, according to theory, this pyramid could have functioned as a power plant. Scientist John suggests that if water were to flow through a shaft into an underground chamber, the moment that water reached a valve, the valve would begin to open and close repeatedly. Consequently, whenever these shock waves reached the quartz crystals, the air would become ionized. Furthermore, judging by the structure at the very apex of the pyramid, It is plausible that the pyramid would then be capable of generating electromagnetic energy. Now the question arises, where did this water come from? In this regard, some researchers posit that the Nile River, which currently flows far from the pyramids, actually flowed right past them some 5,000 years ago. It was based on this very principle that Tesla sought to construct his Wardenclyffe Tower. Many have, in fact, drawn comparisons between Tesla's tower and the pyramids, particularly following the publication of a certain book on the subject. Tesla's tower stood 57 meters tall, topped by a metal dome measuring 20 meters in diameter. Tesla had excavated a shaft approximately 36 meters deep beneath the tower and had also drilled 6 iron pipes into the ground beneath the structure. Moreover, he deliberately built the tower atop an aquifer, thereby ensuring a source of groundwater. If we now compare Tesla's tower with the pyramids of Giza, their underlying objectives appear to be identical. Unfortunately, however, Nikola Tesla's tower was ultimately completely dismantled, and in 1943 he was found dead in a hotel room. With his mysterious passing, his inventions too vanished into obscurity. Today, some scientists have come to believe that Nikola Tesla was, after all, right. Indeed, similar fates have been observed to befall many other individuals throughout history. For instance, on April 14, 1859, when Werner Siemens climbed to the very top of a pyramid to take a drink of water, he received an electric shock. In his report, Werner noted that he perceived an electromagnetic field exclusively at the apex of the pyramid. However, upon descending just a short distance, he could no longer detect any such shock. Although these remain mere theories, truth be told, to this day, no one possesses a definitive theory capable of explaining precisely how these colossal pyramids were constructed. And the even greater question remains, why did they build them? Friends, please let us know your thoughts regarding this theory by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please stay connected by liking, sharing, and subscribing.